No, I think the thing is with private readings is sometimes people don't realise the importance of it, and I find that I can be more nervous before a private reading or a group because of the importance of it. It's not so much that you won't pick anything up. Really, I think that when people come for a private reading, to me it's an open book. Do I ask them to do anything? No, not really. It is very helpful if they open their minds. But the reality of it is that it's the spirit world who are connecting with them. And so they come with the person, and of course they leave with them in that sense. They don't follow them around. They've got their own world to live in, and they've got their own work to do. But for that brief period of time, the private readings between two individuals, me and somebody else, and the communication of three, is because the spirit would link in. Well, what I do is I didn't do it for years and years and years. I've been doing this work for 30 years. Even in times when I've had no employment, and people say, well, why didn't you do private readings then? And the simple reason and simple answer was that I was not told by the spirit world to do them. Now, as I'm in the autumn of my life, I feel that I'm doing more and more of this and getting more call because people need to talk to somebody who's got a common sense approach to spiritual work. And yes, proof of survival of physical death, but also people want to get an idea of where they're moving in life, what's happening within life, and also to understand what I think is quite simple, is the movement of the energy fields between the two worlds, and to understand their own spirituality, not religion, their own spirituality.
It's interesting. Have you
Yes.
had a session with Steve?
No, we've met him.
Right.
Never met him before.
Right. And have you had any sessions with other people?
Yes.
And how does he sort of compare other than?
Very well.
He seemed to flow very easy with you. Does he know a lot about you already? Or?
No, he knows nothing. Knows absolutely nothing at all. He doesn't. Some mediums, they do sort of. They don't. It doesn't put you at ease, but Steve really sort of, because of the jokes, he sort of really puts you at ease.
Individuals come to see me, generally small groups will be done at people's homes, and I usually travel, unless it's pre-organised, within sort of 20-25 miles of Nottingham, because obviously distance is a thing.
So that, I guess, gets us down to Leicester, across to Derby and up to Chesterfield?
Chesterfield, Mansfield, Newark. Yeah, I also do, obviously I can fit that in when I'm travelling around the country or if I'm abroad. Particularly in the United States or wherever, because obviously I can't travel to everybody. So groups are either, it's a group of people up to 10 where they sit and it's like a meeting and it's open to everybody. So it's an evening and you can ask questions as well at the end. Or if it's private readings, of course the restraint is time. And so really, to be realistic, one would say a minimum of 6, maximum, around about the 6 area. What you don't want to be doing is doing too many and people don't feel about anything out. It's important that they walk away with something. So generally it's around about 5 or 6 on a one-to-one, purely and simply because of the time restraints.
Yeah. It brought back such a lot of memories, people that you haven't forgot about, but you have, if I can say that. I felt totally relaxed with it. And I say there was such a lot of information, because he never stopped from sitting down. You know, he gave me all the information. And the memories, it made me smile, because he's really gone through my life. You know, from being young right through. Yeah,
they seem to be coming thick and fast there. How many of everything that he sort of threw out, how much kind of made sense to you?
I would say about 97%.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's only 1 or 2 names I wasn't sure of that I've got to think about.
How do you rate Steve then in terms of...
He's one of the top ones. one of the best mediums, because I've had private readings before, and they've been good, but it's like playing piano. I always say you've got mediocre, you've got good, and then you've got excellent, and I would rate Stephen the excellent. I really would.
Well, I think a lot of people have over-sensationalised the work we do. They are dramatic, particularly on the theatres, and there is no need for that. Why would the spirit world want to give me any bad news? I'm far too well trained. My spiritual teacher taught me. I received the information. The spirit world who I interact with are highly evolved spiritual people. They would not give any information that would be negative or harmful to anybody, and because the reason for that is I work in light, and so if there was something I felt was could be difficult for a person, I'm very well skilled in knowing how to pass that information so as not to harm.
So you're going to leave the sensationalist stuff for the stage commercial mediums?
Yeah, leave it for the people who desire their own fame and fortune. Now, they've got their right to do what they do, but at the end of the day people come here and they want simple information in a way that they can understand it. I can articulate in a way that takes fear and takes away worry or pain or anxiety, and allows people to move forward with their life until one day they will meet their loved ones in light.
So to sort of finish off then, well, I guess somebody looking at this, thinking about coming to see you, you know, kind of what can you promise them? What, you know?
Well, what I can promise them is that they won't leave here any worse than when they came. If I received no information, then that would be, I would tell them. Honesty and integrity is vitally important for the work we do. But what they would do, come here with an open mind, or when I go to see people at their homes, in the groups, allow the spirit world to flow, and the communication between the two is established. The spirit world has never let me down, and no way will I let them down, and I feel sure that with anybody who comes to see me, what you see is what you get. 30 years, trained, common sense, somebody who works totally in light, and somebody who has the compassion, understanding that I want to be able to give them what I've received, and that's by seeing people who have moved forward into light, and to bring that realisation that life is eternal. We can never die. We simply make a change from one state into another state, and that takes us into a world of eternity where we will grow and further develop.
Stephen, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Green.